Now, let's look at how to solve this inequality. This one is a polynomial x squared minus 6x divided by another polynomial x squared plus x less than or equal to 0. Right hand side is 0 and this one is less than and equal to. Okay, so this is like previously we did is without less than. Okay, without equal to. Okay, so now things get a little bit complicated. Step 1, factor the numerator and denominator separately. You know, if you pull x out, then you have another x left, since here is x squared. Okay. If you pull x out, so negative 6 left, so x times x minus 6, it will go back. Okay, x times x is x squared, x times negative 6 is negative 6. Similarly, pull x out, you have another x left over. Pull x out, you have 1 left over, because x times 1 is x. So when you take x out, we have a 1 here. Now, up to this point, you can cancel this x. Okay, if you cancel that, it's left like x minus 6 for numerator, x plus 1 for denominator, still less than or equal to 0. Remember, we factor this one, we find out x cannot be 0, because you know 0 times this quantity, 0 times anything, you will have a 0. Okay, so this one tells us x cannot be 0. If you plug in 0 here, 0 squared plus 0, 0 squared plus 0 is 0. Another thing is that x cannot be negative 1 either. You see, if you plug in negative 1 here, negative 1 plus positive 1, you have a 0. And then 0 times x is negative 1, you get denominator is 0. So anyway, x cannot be 0 and negative 1. Okay, if you plug in negative 1 here, negative 1 squared plus negative 1. So negative 1 squared is positive 1 plus negative 1. Positive, negative cancel each other, you have a 0. So denominators cannot be 0, okay? Because if it's 0, it's not defined, the whole expression. So now keeping in our mind, x cannot be 0 and negative 1. Now look, if you look at x minus 6 equals 0, then both sides add positive 6. Positive, negative 6 cancel each other. Left hand side is x. Right hand side is 0 plus 6, which will give you 6. Denominator x plus 1 equals 0, minus 1 on both sides. You have a positive, negative 1 cancel each other. So you have x on the left alone. 0 plus negative 1 is negative 1. Okay, so x equals 6 and x equals negative 1. We got those two roots for the different polynomials. We want to mark it on the real number line. On the real number line, you can see that x is 6 here, yeah, but 6 should be included because 6 minus 6 is 0. Numerator can be 0, so 6 is a solid 6. That's a solid point. -1 is not included. Remember, x cannot be -1. So when you get -1 for numerator, and then you want to put it right here with an empty circle, small empty circle, means -1 is not included. Remember, 0 is also not included, okay? So you should use the empty circle here. Alright? Okay, now these 2 points will divide this interval, this whole number line, into 3 parts. 2 points divide the real number line into 3 parts. Then you got to choose values in all those 3 different ranges to test, to see which part is positive, which part is negative, which part is positive. How? Look, our expression is x minus 6 over x plus 1. Let me put it here. And then you see you can take any values on the left hand side of -1. I take -2. So if you plug in -2 here, -2 minus 6 gives you -8. -2 plus 1, -2 plus 1 gives you -1. Negative is +8. So you know any value on the left is positive. Believe or not, if here is positive, here will be negative, here will be positive. The signs alternate. Okay? Pick any value between -1 and 6. You can not pick up 0 because you know x cannot be 0. Okay? So don't pick up 0. Then you may pick up 2. I pick up 2 here. 2 minus 6 gives you -4. And then 2 plus 1 gives you 3. -4 +3 is negative. So here is negative. Okay. Now, here any value you can pick up. I pick up 8. 8 minus 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. 8 put in here plus 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. 2 positives, so it's positive. So any value greater than 6 is positive. Positive, negative, positive. What do we need? We need negative. We need this expression divided by that is negative, all equal to 0. Okay? So we need negative here. Since we need negative, that's from -1 to 6. You may write from -1 to 6. Remember, 0 is not included. So from -1 to 0 with the round bracket. -1 is not included because it cannot be -1. Remember many times. Cannot be 0 and -1. And 0 is not included. So you use a round bracket from -1 to 0. And then from 0 to 6. From 0 to 6, again, 0 is not included. 6 is included, so use the square bracket. This is the final solution. Okay. And the reason, again, we choose negative is because here originally negative, and then we should choose this range from here to here is negative. Okay, since 0 is not included, so you have to write in this way. This one means union, together, put those two together. Okay, means those two intervals we all need, so put together, union. Okay, I'll see you next time.